Go for it. Let's go for an ounce of the Del Magui Vita. You know what? We'll go for it. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah. Then another orange toast. Where'd that orange go? What the heck? I could have sworn I just put it back. Did I put it somewhere else? Orange! Are you in the back? It was literally right in the front. Like, legitimately, I showed you the bowl. It was just sitting here in the bowl. And for some reason, I looked in there, and it tilted. And I just didn't see it. I don't know why. it was the only orange in that bowl, and I did not see it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. might be a long night. Have the eggs been found? If not, is one behind the toothpicks? They have not been found until now. Cam 4. And they're not toothpicks. They're for garnishing. How dare you? It's gonna be May. It's gonna be May. Hello, egg. Brownie's coming for them peach bitters. How many are there? There's one more. There's one more. One more out there. All right. Wine glass. This guy is just all over the place right now. Grab these. Two, I think. Yeah, there's two. There's a green egg and a blue egg. Okay. Let me grab wine glass. I don't use wine glasses very often. Egg 2 requires X-ray vision. I can see on the camera right now about 30% of Egg 2. It's hidden good, though. I would be proud of me for hiding this one. It's visible, but it's there. And no, it's not over here in the light somewhere. It's on the shelves. On the shelves. It is not next to the jigger. Back here. So there's a blue egg and a green egg. In the white box. Down here? No. Next to the 501 book. Yes, it is. Bree nailed it. Cam 4. 501? Hey. It's gonna be May. So if you look, You can see it right in between there. Just poking out right here. Like I said, about 30 to 40% of it sticks out. It's not just a massive egg anymore. It was a little bit more difficult. Wonderful. That wasn't what I was looking at, but I'll take it. What do you mean? It was directly next to the 501 book. Oh, I don't care. You got it. You called out the exact location by accident. All right, an Angostura mist. I'm gonna do two. Fascinating. Smells wonderful. Well, it happened, Brie. All right, this is built in the glass without ice. Right? Is that correct, Mark? That's what the book says? Built in the glass without ice? Yeah? I want to make sure before I start in on this because, I mean, it's fantastic. Correct. You heard it here first, folks. All right, so a teaspoon or a bar spoon of Cointreau. I'm going to use triple sec, just because I don't have Cointreau. A mist of Angostura bitters. This is from the cocktail book Amaro. Half of an ounce of this Vigo Amaro. Another Pennsylvania Amaro. This one a little less sweet than the one I used last time, which is why I use it in this one, because I think the characteristics of the Cointreau, the Angostura, and the tequila, the agave-based spirits here, is actually going to be enough sweetness for this one to hold its own. No chill, no dilution actually works. Now turn my graphics back down because my PC doesn't like to update games when I'm watching Twitch. Oh gosh. Yeah, throw us on the lowest you got. Chat only, or audio only. Do I give it a stir in here? A swirl? That's a swirl. Nailed it. Yeah. Literally 360 and it's done. Alright. And an Angostura misted. Let's add our orange twist. It's so funny looking at that. Oh, like wine? Oh, my bad. I thought you meant to swirl the bar spoon. My bad. I was in a different headset. Or mindset. Flamed orange twist as well. Go ahead and get a nice twist. The flame is integral. Yeah, I wasn't going to forget the twist. Cam 4. Let's do this away from our alcohol. We'll do it from about here. All right. So, all this out the way. Let me throw this match out. And I'm just gonna drop that in. It's gonna be May. Cheers. Oh. Whatever. We don't need a photo. Oh my gosh. That is wonderful. Oscar! What's going on? Oscar! How are you? Gotta get me a whiskey? You do what you gotta do, boo. You do what you gotta do. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh. I mean, obviously, smokiness from the mezcal goes great with the flamed orange twist. It's like a, a burnt orange flavor going with the smoky mezcal right up the front. Fantastic. Outside of that, it defies logic. It does. It kind of does. It's warm. It's like room temperature deliciousness. It's kind of like when you, if you leave hot chocolate out and it goes to room temperature, like it's no longer hot chocolate anymore, but you drink it, it still tastes good because it's chocolate. And you're like, this is just room temperature chocolate milk, really. But like sweeter. It's kind of like that. It still tastes really good despite the temperature of the drink. You just have to move past it. It doesn't have any dilution. It gets all of its dilution from just straight up the sweeter bits of the agave that makes the mezcal and the tequila, and the sweeter bits of the orange liqueur and the amaro. That's where it gets its dilution, is just tricking your palate into thinking it's a little less alcohol. That's it. The smell is fantastic. Orange, Angostura, beautiful together. But that little bit of smokiness goes so nice with the mezcal when you smell that too. So it helps. That little bit of that burnt orange goes so nice with that smoky mezcal. Amaro is the ice. That's fair. Amaro is the ice. Yeah, that's the ice here. Facts. Ooh, smells so good. This is like one of those that's built around the concept of smell is most of your taste. I feel like the taste isn't as in depth as the smell is. So I feel like that's kind of why this works so well, is because the taste of it truly is mostly like it kind of is. It's kind of just dominated by the mezcal and the orange, in my opinion. But the smell of it is so different. The Amaro does okay, but I think it just plays intermediate flavor profile before the orange can take over. Fantastic. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. If you're ever out of ice and you need to make a drink, here you go. That's the one. That they figured it out. They figured it out. If you've ever forgotten to freeze any water, you're out of ice, and you don't want to go, this is the drink that you need to make. Oh, we should do like a science stream where we just try to create other iceless cocktails. Other cocktails that are like this, that are built around the concept of differing flavors that hide dilution. That would be fun. There are way too many times where I forget to freeze ice until like 1 in the afternoon on Friday. And I'm like, oh god, I've got 8 hours. The bitter stripper is really good. Oh, nice. Let's go. I haven't tried it yet. I can't wait to get there. Yeah. Looks like a pretty good one. Yeah, so I don't have dry curacao, so I used some triple sec in this one, and I don't have Cointreau, and I'm just going to use this triple sec again. But to be quite honest, the only other thing I have is Grand Gala, and that's not much better. So they don't sell Pure Ferrand dry curacao around here. Oddly enough, I even actually asked one of my GMs about it when I worked at the liquor store. I guess he was just a manager, store manager, wasn't a general manager. Why they don't sell more of like specific brands, and specific brands that they carry one alcohol of, because they have a Pierre Ferrand cognac, but it's not like the Pierre Ferrand traditional cognac. It's like a special edition Pierre Ferrand cognac. They only sell in specific stores. It's about $62. Is what the price is listed. It's always on sale for about $55, which is weird to me. I feel like they never sell it. It's in these really odd shaped bottles. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's a cognac that's, you know, some specific batching or bottling. But I was asking, I was like, why don't we just sell like other Pierre Ferrands? They're a pretty well known company. And they were saying nobody cares. It's just about Hennessy, Remy, and Douce. Those are the only 3 that people want to buy. Outside of that, it's just settling for less. So people don't care about Pierre Ferrand for cognac. And then as far as orange liqueurs go, Cointreau and Grand Marnier are the only ones that people ever buy either. And the rest of them are just people buying triple sec. De Kuyper triple sec. No, they don't accept special orders. They have a specific inventory that they sell from, even if you order online. And so that's not part of their online inventory. And they said, and he was saying that they don't typically carry like endless inventory, because then they would have to have deals and like individual items for all of those things they don't typically sell. So it's just too much work for them to care for the one-off person. But the bad part is you can't buy things from other places. Like, you can't ship from other states here. So that just means you're stuck. So. There's only one other place, and it's very expensive shipping. Garbage. Obviously only ones people buy if that's all they sell. Well, I mean, you have to think about it like this. If I was a person that made cocktails and was buying dry curacao, the Pierre Ferrand dry curacao, the classic one that everybody uses, I swear, I would buy that probably once every 2 months. Would I be the only one buying that? You would have to bet that there are other people that wish there were more options. But it's about the casuals. It's about the casual cocktail makers who have no idea what that means, and they really just want to make a margarita. And they've been told that Cointreau makes a margarita. That's the problem. You know, it's about the people that know that Hennessy, Douce, they're brand ambassadors of those products are famous people. And they hear about them in music, on TV, in commercials, in movies. You see people drinking, you see people drinking Aviation and Terramana because The Rock and Ryan Reynolds are in the movies. That's like one of those things that it's just a lot of you have to think about like who's buying more, and that's what they sell for because they don't carry a big inventory. That you haven't already exhausted that option just seems so rude to them. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's horrible. Oh, and then as for the bar stuff, no. They have the same market to buy from, or what some of them do is they actually buy from out of state, like to a different state, and then they drive and get it, or have somebody that comes and gets it, which is very funny. And I don't go to bars. I am my bar. Drink number 4 off. Get out of here, kid. You're done. You're donezo. Should I start doing like Flair Fridays and learn bar flair? Just, I can spin my spoon. Where we just sit here and practice bar flair on camera. Not very good at the finish of that roll. It's this part right here where my fingers are just a little too long. Pick one Flair action and repeat it after every drink. Watching people flip bottles of liquor always makes me think they're wasting all the liquor. I used to do there's this one move where you like flip the bottle and then you like flip it again and then you pop it up to your neck, you roll it down your shoulder and you pinch it into your elbow and you have your tin in here and you pour and then you pop it so that it stops pouring, and then instead of going from like the pop, you go pop, catch, spin it again, pour, pop, and then you're done. And I was like, why did I learn that? Why did I take 3 hours to learn this move? And I literally never used it once to make a cocktail. I practiced it, I learned it, I watched the video, I learned the whole thing, and I was like, I don't ever have a speed pour where I need to like flip a bottle 4 dozen times, flip it behind my back, like do all this shit, and then I'm just like, oh, speed pour. Shoot. I'm not making drinks for tips. Was that Tom Cruise and Cocktail? No, I think that was, they're all from Instagram. I think, gosh, it starts with an A. Akimba Flair School. I mean, it's really easy to, just flip a bottle. It's not really hard. The parts that get interesting is when you start working with, like, Boston pins and you start, like, flipping those around, and then you have liquids in them, and you have to flip them without spilling them, right? So you... I spilled some right there. Like, that's where it actually gets interesting. But I used to do that trick when my grandparents would make me go to
UF _Mark tipped the bartender 500 biddies.
Hey!
RIP cheer 100 tips are allowed.
Mark, thank you for the 500 bits. I used to practice that same trick when I would go to Bible camp as a little child. One of my camp leaders was like, okay, we're gonna take this cup and we're gonna put water in it, and I'm gonna show you how gravity works. We're just gonna flip it over and over and over, and it will never spill. It's like that. Apparently, we're doing Flair bartending at Bible camp. Who knew? Mark, thank you so much. It didn't start with you sliding into the room in your socks, then it's a waste of time. Facts. I have an alert that I made. It's Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air doing a parody of Tom Cruise sliding in on his socks and his underwear, and it's to oh my gosh, Bob Seger. It's fantastic. There's an alert for it somewhere. I don't remember what it is. Yay, Thistle and Oak, what's going on? Shout out to Thistle and Oak, one of our lovely food and drink friends out here, Big Chef and Little Chef. Your hats were so adorable. Your hats and your aprons today. And also, I feel like I saw you making a red hook. Is that correct? Were you making a red hook tonight? Manhattan Riff with some Luxardo. I saw some Punta Mace, I saw some whiskey, and I saw some Luxardo on your bar top. I remember that. I love Jeffrey. Yeah, that's when the family went to Philadelphia and Jeffrey threw a party. Was making a Carroll Gardens. See, I missed the actual drink making. I just saw the ingredients on the bar. That's what happens when you're lurking. But yeah, awesome food and drink streamers. I hope you're doing fantastic tonight. Hope your stream went well. Cheers. We're currently drinking The Brave, which is a cocktail from the Book of Morrow. It has an Angostura Bitters Mist. It is then built in the glass without ice. 1 ounce of mezcal, 1 ounce of a Blanco tequila, half of an ounce of Amaro Averna, or an Amaro of your choice, and then teaspoon of dry curacao. I don't have dry curacao, so I used a different orange liqueur. And then we flamed an orange twist on top of this, and it is served at room temperature. So, it is an interesting drink, but it's delicious. We decided the hats were a fun thing to start with. They looked they looked pretty awesome. As somebody so I'm 6'4", and my other half is 5'2" and some change. As another group of people that does Big Chef, Little Chef, I appreciated it for sure. I think I have all of those things, might have to make one. Hey, if you got it all, go for it. It's pretty awesome. It shouldn't work, but it does. Just make sure you're expressing your orange twist through your, I did a match, but if you have a torch, you can use that as well. Hell, an open campfire. I don't know what you got going on. For some reason, I just pictured Montana Max expressing an orange twist through an open campfire onto a cocktail. Oh, hashtag fire and ice. He didn't stream tonight. He was taking the night off. Got some stuff going on. But our Friday night partners still do exist. Exclamation point fire to go check out our homies Montana Max and Kansas City Jen. They are wonderful, and they do cook over like open flame and outdoors and all that stuff. They're absolutely fantastic. Yeah, typically you can find them on Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and then you can come over here for some ice, aka cocktails. So dinner and a show. Yeah. Good times. What I would give to be able to make cocktails at a campsite again. My first experience doing that, and my only experience doing that, was when I was, I think, 11 years old, making cocktails for my mom and all of her friends. How do I do the Ango Mist? Okay, so I use an atomizer, or a little spray bottle, but if you don't have that, what I would do is put like a 1/12 of an ounce, like a half of a bar spoon, a couple of drops of Angostura into your glass, and then just roll it around. Just roll it around if you don't have that. Which is totally normal. It's okay to not have an atomizer for your Angostura bitters. This is excessive. I bought this specifically for Angostura bitters. When I say that, this is not just like your typical spray bottle. I have one at work, but not here. This is actually an unscrewable bottle. Bot enhance. This is actually an unscrewable bottle that caps and make sure that the bitters stay inside. I don't know why I have this. It cost me like $6. But enhance. Used to have one at work, but not here. The campfire adds a lovely je ne sais quoi to the casual sipper. Okay, seeing you type that out, is that the actual spelling for that? Did you go look that up, or did you know that that's how you spell that? That's the appropriate je ne sais quoi. Was gonna make a Brooklyn tonight too. Okay. Some more Manhattan riffs. We had a Black Manhattan earlier too. Drink number 2 on. So we did this one to start off the stream tonight. It is actually the spelling, yes. Okay. Are you surprised that I read it properly? Drink number 2 off. Yeah, tonight's all about Amaro. So we've done Eeyore's Requiem, a Black Manhattan, and the Brave. We had one member of our community make another one of our drinks called the Bitter Stripper. I think I might make that one. No, actually, to all of the people that have had this one or have the ingredients for it, let's make the Montenegro and Mezcal, aka the M&M, also known as the manager's meeting. There's a couple other meetings. Oh gosh, I even wrote down. Once upon a time, I was going to do a YouTube video on this drink. Back when I used to do YouTube videos. Let's see. 2015. It was created, but then it was actually like immortalized by the bar Employees Only in Manhattan. But it was created. What was his name? Marco Montefiore is the name. 2015, created by Marco Montefiore, popularized by Robert Kruger in Employees Only, and nicknamed Monty and Mezcal, the manager's meeting, M&M, or Montenegro and Mezcal. Once upon a time, Colin created YouTube content. Okay. Drink number 7 on. I think I wrote that. Shoot, maybe a year and a half? A year? Something like that. Been a long time. Been a long time. Should have let me. Should I go for it? Do we think there's an ounce and a third in there? I don't think there is. I feel like it's less. We're gonna go with our illegal instead of our Del Magui Vita. A rocks glass for this one. It's beautiful. Then we'll get some ice. This is another one we get to build in our glass here, so that's always nice as far as dishes go. But Colin, the ice doesn't fit. Oh no! The old lady is off to bed. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night and weekend. Sway, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Pour one out for Sway. Appreciate you as always. Wonderful, wonderful. We'll have Stitch dance for you since Stitch is already out. Do it, Stitch. Do it. This has Brave vibes. Thanks, Stitch. Alright. Bot, dolphin. Bot, dolphin. Oh no! It doesn't fit! So first thing we do, take our ice. We just kind of shave down the corner a little bit so it's a little more rounded. Well, a little more square, I guess, first. And then we can round it out later if we want to. But just to get it so it doesn't have any jagged edges that are sticking out a little bit further than anything else. See how it still doesn't fit? And we just keep going a little bit more. Still doesn't fit. Kind of fits, right? It almost fits. We'll use some friction, as we always do. Let it know that it should go in there. There you go. And there you got an ice cube in a glass. Almost missed the stitch. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed Berry Minty Berry. Yeah, Stitch comes out to dance typically once a stream. Alright, this one's very simple. We're just going to build it. We're just going to build it right in its glass. So wash this out first. Flour a nice little wipe. Bot. Dolphin. Okay. Make sure there's no water. Couple drops. An ounce and a third. Of our Amaro Montenegro. Some say it's a sweeter one. Oh shit, I haven't opened this yet, huh? Oh, you know what that means. I haven't opened this bottle. We gotta try it out first. About 90% of the way there. Out of mezcal anyways. No worries. Little taster. This is for me. This is for our drink. This is a legal mezcal. It's on sale here. Even when it's on sale, it only ended up being about $1 cheaper than Del Magui Vita. So, it was worth trying now while it's on sale. Alright, I'm going to taste this out just a little bit. Just see what's going. That bottle's pricey, yeah. It was on sale for about $4, $5 off. So, went for it. Ooh, that's fantastic. It has a different front. It's a little sweeter on the front, but it still has a nice smoky back end. That's what she said. That's fantastic. Oh, this is gonna be delicious. I can already tell. All right. This is where a bar spoon with a flat end comes in handy. Bot, Dolphin. And yeah, you can see how clear that ice cube is because here's that bar spoon on the backside. Look at that. That's beautiful. What was said? It's sweet on the front, but has a smoky back end. Mine skirt. The nose on this is Sweet Baby Ray's Delish. Oh gosh. I mean, that just looks so wonderful. Bot, Dolphin. Cam 4. Why is this so zoomed in? There. Bot, take a photo. Bot, take a photo. Look at that beauty. Oh, snap! Hey, it's Mike Steezy. It's gonna be May. What's going on? Maverick, join in. Yo, what's up, Mike? How's it going? How was your stream tonight? It's gonna be May. That's what it's supposed to be, yeah. Andy Mouse, what's going on? Welcome in. Yes, thank you for that. Shout out to Mike Steezy,
Well, now
awesome
A tip
streamer.
the bartender 100 biddies. CHER100.
We got a kitty. We got a kitty. We got a kitty. Hey, 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 hey. Are you a kitty?
Mike _ Steezy tipped the bartender 200 biddies.
Mike, let's go!
CHER100.
Alright, do your box. Really? What we got going on?
Oh, fuck, man. I'm sorry, Plague. Well, hopefully, Quiplash won't be, so answer intensive, you know what I mean? Let me make sure the,
Quiplash, oh my goodness. Mike, Lil Mo, what's going on? Thank you for those bits. Appreciate you. Mike, I appreciate you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Colino, aka Colin. I make cocktails Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Fridays, we go all out. We have 7 drinks on our menu. This is actually drink number 7 on the night. It is a Montenegro and Mezcal. Tonight is a night full of bitters, or Amaro.
BR0WNNE tipped the bartender 100 biddies. Seems good 100 thanks for the drink.
Cheers. Thank you, Brownie, for the 100 bits. I'm glad you enjoy it. We are drinking a Montenegro and Mezcal. It is like a gin and tonic. A drink that includes Montenegro and Mezcal. That's it. That's all it has. There's an orange twist on there too, but that's it. Cheers, folks. Cheers. You came in right as we just finished this this cocktail. So welcome in. Ooh. Oh yeah. A nice smoky mezcal, very herbal and sweet Amaro. Let's go. Yeah, welcome in, Andy Mouse. Yeah, we're doing good tonight. We're doing good. We're just enjoying some bitter cocktails. Bitter and boozy. After last week's, very simple and well-known drinks, we've decided to go polar opposite. How are you doing? How's your Friday? How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the cheers. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for just being a legend. Yeah. Appreciate you. Very herbal and slightly bitter. Sweetens out, and then ends up being smoky. That's simple as it gets. 2 ingredients, equal parts. Fantastic. Cam 2. And then, as always, when we have a drink that we can show off a nice clear ice cube, we do, because it's just like dressing for the job you want. You garnish for the cocktail you want, and you serve the cocktail that you want to serve to somebody. It's about appearances. If it looks pretty, it tastes pretty. It's gonna be May. No, didn't work. Sorry, can't do the Timberlake. It's gonna be May. It's gonna be May. I try. I try. It doesn't let me. First time trying the Montenegro too. Let's go. Yeah, this is the I would say this is one of the popular drinks for Montenegro. It's not the best Montenegro drink, but it's a very simple one that allows you to experience the profile of Montenegro. What you have to take into account is that very first part of the drink where it's kind of bitter, and then it starts to become more sweet. That is what Montenegro is really like. It's not the most bitter of all of the bitter ingredients out there. Chinar has like a little bit more of a rich taste. This is a little bit more of a sweeter taste. As a comparison, you know, a lot of those have herbal notes to them, because of the ingredients that goes into making them. But it's that defining characteristic, like the richness of Chinar and a little bit of artichoke. Wanted to make a white Negroni tomorrow, but made one recently that I wasn't a fan of. What do you like? During Negroni week last year, we did, I think I ended up doing 17 different Negroni variations over the course of the week. And there was a white Negroni in there, but I cannot remember the recipe. It's in my Discord, if you search white Negroni, and if you're not in the Discord, then I can look it up for you really quick. Give me a quick sec. I got you. I remember making a white Negroni. It's gonna be May. White Negroni. Okay. 2 ounces of gin, 1 ounce of Lillet Blanc, 3/4 of an ounce of Suze gentian liqueur with a lemon twist in a rocks glass. So over ice. Basically served exactly like this. 2 ounces of gin, a London dry gin, 1 ounce of Lillet Blanc. Lillet Blanc, French white wine aperitif, very herbal and slightly citrusy. Suze gentian liqueur, Sailors is another brand of gentian liqueur. 3/4 of an ounce of that, the lemon twist. Dude, your space is awesome. I want to pull up a stool. I know, I wish I could. This is actually like a functioning bar for my home. It has bar stools here that people could sit at, and sometimes Chevy has in the past. But yeah, we did something similar, and the Suze was just so overpowering. Okay. So I think the next step that I would go for is to take the London dry gin and go with like a Plymouth, and then after that, lower the Suze down, and maybe add in a little bit more of that Lillet Blanc. Would be kind of your next steps if you didn't like the original recipe. I think the problem is the bitterness is popping through too much in that occasion, right? Like when you say it's overpowering, it just tastes bitter and it doesn't taste good. Also, like a really fresh lemon peel for the twist might be better. Because if you don't have a good twist, a Negroni is like, you know, it doesn't have that good smell going in. then it's hard to appreciate a Negroni the same way. But yeah, a little bit, maybe like you do 2/3 of an ounce of gentian liqueur, and you do 1 1/3. Now, you do 1 bar spoon of the Lillet Blanc, maybe. I think substituting Plymouth Gin, a more citrusy forward gin, would already be like that little bit of oomph you need to get you over that ledge with the original recipe. But the change in the recipe also would help. Gosh. My ears are like unpopped. Weird. That was weird. I felt like I had like that feeling of going on an airplane where the pressure builds up in your ears and it just, you can't hear anything and everything kind of feels a little light to you. It's like, wait, I can't hear. My ears feel all unpopped. Weird. Alright. Get Eagle in there. Delma Gooey to the side. Whew. Clean up real quick. So as always, while having cocktails is fun, if you're drinking something else, always fun to hear what people are drinking, snacking on, anything like that. I know after every single stream I end and I go and eat just a bunch of food. Whatever I can find, whatever I can get my hands on, I just make something delicious for my intoxicated self to enjoy. Darky, welcome back. I'm so jealous. Right, I'm jealous. Oh, so this just took time. Mark, thank you so much for the gifted sub. I really want to do that someday. Someday, can we just get a bottle of champagne, a really cheap bottle of champagne, like an $8 bottle, and just... It would be fun. It would be just a hoot and a half. Just take a cheap bottle of champagne and spray 70% of it all over myself and other people. And be blessed. Thank you so much, Mark, for the gifted sub to Andy Mouse. What's good? Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Go grab a bottle. I don't have a bottle of like corked champagne though. The only bottles of champagne I have are the tiny little ones you see right here. These are the only bottles of champagne that I have. These little tiny cooks. But they're twist tops. They're not corked. They don't build up pressure very well. Made some chili and lurking. Ooh. What kind of chili did you make? White bean? No bean? Did you make a no bean chili and not invite me over? I swear.
Yeah, and so then I was like, Camboozles for the foozles.
I was just talking to you.
Are you doing something right now?
Yes, I'm asking you about the chili.
Foozles.
My
squad's gonna be your squad.
Have a good one. Thanks.
In a game of drinking AMS.
I've been drinking a foghorn. Hey, Rogel, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you. Shake that little bottle really hard. I'm not gonna do that. I don't think it would work. And also, just wouldn't. I feel like the level of satisfaction that we need is a full bottle of champagne dedicated to that moment where I just pop the top and go crazy. And I feel like we would get a pop, unscrew the top and go, and it'd be done. And that's boring. You know what I mean? Like, who would enjoy? We want that satisfaction of, not the satisfaction of. There was hella beans and made with hot sausage out of the Blair Death Sauce. Hot chocolate. Magnum of Dom. No. We're not going to put any Dom Perignon in here. This is not about to be a $400 champagne shaking. Hell no. It's about to be, it's not even going to be Cook level. Like, Cook's champagne is like $9. We're going to go for a $6 bottle of champagne. We're going to take that. It's not even going to be called champagne. It's going to be called, like, sparkling wine. And we're going to take that. We're just going to go crazy. I have to do that in a park or something like that. I can't do that in my house. It would be a nightmare. Oh, imagine the cleanup. It'd be brutal. All right, the M&M is done. The Brave is done. The Black Manhattan is done. Eeyore's Requiem is done. Andres, yeah, Andres is another cheap, a really cheap one. But even then, we might go cheaper. Everything would be sticky. It'd be a nightmare. Okay. The Amaro Sour. The Bitter Stripper, or a Kingston Negroni. What do you think, people? Drink number 3, drink number 5, or drink number 6? Which would you like to see? If anybody out there is trying to make one with me, what do you want to have? All of those things are open for you now at this 3-hour mark to decide. Let me know. Let me know. I'm going to finish this off. Cheers. There's your flair. A Kingston Sour Stripper. All right, Mark. Calm down now. Andy says a Kingston Negroni. Let's go. Let's go. Kingston Negroni, often referred to as the best Negroni. That's a really good one. It's just a Navy strength Jamaican rum Negroni. Instead of having a gin, you just add Navy strength Jamaican rum, and it's wonderful. A good time. My bad. It's okay. You just gotta be careful. Your vote might count for a Kingston Sour Stripper, rather than the drink you actually want it to. And that's, all right. I'm gonna give you all 30 more seconds before I just decide for you. If anybody has any votes for that, let me know now, or forever hold your peace. Skipping this round? Gotcha. 151. See, Oscar, that's not on the menu yet. That's not what we're looking for just at this moment. If we hit one of those daily goals, sure. But, oof. You have to convince me. Question for you. I'm headed to a bar shortly. What drink should I get? Alcohol type can be whatever. I feel like you like whiskey, and I feel like you like rum. I don't think you ever drink gin drinks. So try out some drinks with gin. Rum old fashioned, but he likes that. I wanna get him into a different mindset. We're having a bunch of Negroni variants tonight. Why don't you just ask for a standard Negroni? That's a gin cocktail that's a little bit bitter, and we'll see how you enjoy that. If you don't want to do that, then how about on the category of bitters? Is there something I can think of that every bar should know? Every bar has to know it. Because if he's going to a bar that serves everything, then it needs to be something simple. It doesn't need to be anything like a gin sour or a Tom Collins. It needs to be something more elevated than a gin and tonic. So, what's a good drink in between that? A White Lady is just a gin sour. You'll get the Negroni? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, get a Negroni. Ask for a Negroni. See what happens. After that, shoot, I don't know. After the Negroni, what's a good one? If they shake it, don't drink. For like 100%. No. What's a good drink that's in between like a Negroni and a Tom Collins, but it's not as simple as like a gin and tonic. It's not a 2-ingredient or a 3-ingredient drink. What's something good that's a standard classic? I'm trying to think of something. I want a gin cocktail for you to try that isn't simple, but is well recognized. But isn't like a martini, you know? Martinis are boring. I want something a little bit in between that. Spooky kitty cat? Where's my spooky kitty cat? Oh, she's sleeping over there. Thank you so much for that follow and welcome in. I have a spooky kitty cat sleeping in the corner of the room right now. I'll show her eventually. She was up on stream a little earlier. A Martinez? That's a decent one. It would just depend because they might make a Martinez. They might not know how to make a Martinez. That's a Prohibition style drink. And the recipe has changed so much. Hanky Panky is better. That's a Fernet Branca drink with some gin. That's a pretty good one. But they also might not know how to make that. I'm trying to think of something that's a little bit more modern, I guess. Aviation, nah, we don't want to tempt fate. He might walk up and ask for an Aviation and get something that's just like creme de Yvette and sugar syrup. Asking for a Negroni is a good gauge if you are ordering from the bartender. Yeah, it all depends on what you get. A bee's knees? Okay, a bee's knees. That's a great one. That's a great one. A bee's knees is a fantastic drink. It's sour-esque, but it's not just like a straight up lemon juice, sugar, and gin. So a bee's knees is another good one. A last word sucks. I'm just kidding. A last word is fan-friggin-tastic. I'm just joking with you. You know how I love it. You know how I love a last word. But we don't want to throw him into the chartreuse realm, or do we? Ask for a last word. I love last words. Yeah, a mezcal last word is fantastic, but a last word. We want him to have that gin, that original. Connor, what's going on? Much love. Shout out to the Only Deaf Guy, a wonderful, wonderful streamer. Does gaming streams, hangs out, chats, and also does food and drink streams during the day. Woo! Much love, Connor. An Alaska cocktail. I feel like that's even more far-fetched for a bartender to know in a bar that serves everything. It's just a yellow chartreuse variant of a last word, really. It's going great, Connor. How are you doing? Isn't it real early for you? Oh, I was kidding mostly. You are all throwing so many ideas. But okay, last word, Negroni picks to come. Love it. Have a fantastic time, Darky. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful night. I hope you have all of the wonderful cocktails. Okay, let's do a Kingston Negroni. Why not? Yeah, bee's knees. Bee's knees as a backup, Darky. Okay, folks, pour one out for Darky as he heads out to go to a bar, have cocktails, to see if they can make these cocktails we have challenged him to consume. Alaskan, the slamming salmon, if it smells like salmon. If it smells like trout. Why is that one of the only things that I learned from my father? The world may never know. No, the Alaska cocktail is a yellow chartreuse last word variant, really. That was what it boils down to. Cocktails, pina colada, fucking amazing. Gotta be blended though. Some places just shake the cocktail in ice. Oh, Connor, we're opposite sides. For me, a pina colada is meh. If it's shaken, it's better. If it's blended, it's watered down. But I actually prefer a painkiller over all of that. Which is another shaken drink. But that's just preference, you know. I like very alcohol-forward bitters. I like all of the things that go into the unique profiles of alcohols. All that sweet stuff, and just feels like it's there to hide it. If they do not know standard cocktails, beware the vermouth. Yes, make sure the vermouth is refrigerated. Refrigerate your vermouth. A Mai Tai? I mean, that's a classic for... That's a whole conversation. That's a classic for most bars. They should know how to make a Mai Tai. If they don't know how to make a Mai Tai, questionable. But also, if you're wondering how to judge a place, and they have a Mai Tai on the menu, and it has things like pineapple juice, grenadine, stuff like that, just know that is not a Mai Tai. Might as well be going to Applebee's, because at that point you're not getting a Mai Tai, you're getting something in a whole new world. So we'll use friction to kind of cut the corners of our ice cube down so it fits into our glass. Pour out the water that we just melted. A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. What a beautiful song. Okay. Kingston Negroni, though. Oh, we need another orange twist. Do we have any other drinks with orange twist? We have one more, I think. So before I cut this orange wheel, I'm gonna grab the twist now. I was hesitant. I'll keep it in the fridge and see how it goes. We'll see what happens on that. Just in case we do end up making that one. Alright. Go. So, Smith & Cross, Navy Strength, Jamaican Rum. That is a key component in this Negroni variant, okay? This is an equal parts Negroni, but we're taking Smith & Cross Navy Strength Jamaican rum. We are substituting that in for a gin. That's all we're doing here. Simple as that. And we're just filling this straight to our glass. So we're doing 1 ounce of our sweet vermouth. Drink number 3 on. Thank you. 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. 1 ounce of Campari. My God. It really just spilled that much. I have a problem with this bell shape. I always spill from it. It's like a slasher movie. I'm telling you, whenever I use the bell shape, I always spill. Someone. Oh, it happens all the time. Then 1 ounce of our Jamaican. Again, Smith & Cross overproof. So I'm going to take that and we're going to stir it down really quick in our glass. Come on, Ice Cube. Middle ground, middle ground. Not on the top. Middle. Bot, dolphin. So when you hear me say that, it's because our ice cube is bobbing up and down like a buoy. When I want it to settle in the glass. When it bobs up and down, it does this. It shoots out little splashes. I want it to just settle into the glass like this. Cam 2. Cam 2. When it settles into the glass like it belongs, rather than jumping up and down, it's easier to stir. It's gonna be May. So you can see, it's a lot easier to stir now, right? Settle down, cube. A little giant ass orange wheel. Never waste. Waste not, what not. Bot, a dolphin. Cam 4. Bot, take a photo. Bot, take a photo. It's gonna be May. It's gonna be May. Never give up. Never waste. Never give up. Trust your instincts. Hey. All right. Cheers. That is so wonderful. How far will you go to gussy up the fruit on a drink? It doesn't need to be over the top. It's one of those things where I feel like if you are garnishing so extravagant compared to like the drink's effort and the ingredients, like sometimes Bloody Marys, right? That's a good example. Have like 12 different things on them as a garnish. If you were making a regular cocktail that wasn't supposed to taste like brunch in a drink, including the food side of that, if you had 12 things as a garnish, you're hiding the fact that your drink doesn't taste good. You're just putting a bunch of fruit, you're just putting a bunch of other things on top of it, you're hiding it with the syrup the cherries bring, the piece of pineapple you threw on top of it, the lemon wheel inside of it. The umbrella is there to make it look better than it tastes. So a drink needs to have the appropriate amount of garnish. If there is something like a tiki cocktail with like a pineapple wedge with a cherry on top and an umbrella is the stick to all of it, that's fine. But if it has like 17 garnishes, maybe a little bit excessive. Excessive garnishes are good for excessive cocktails. Excessive garnishes on a small cocktail seems weird. Seems like it's hiding something, right? That might be my favorite camera name. Yeah, when it was named, I was going to put the whole Justin Timberlake "It's gonna be me" thing as a pop-up, but it felt it felt like a lot of work to do live, and it felt like a lot of work to do before stream as well, without knowing whether or not somebody was actually going to do it. As far as the Kingston Negroni, which I'm already halfway through, because truly it's fantastic. How does it taste? Campari is the front note that I get, followed shortly by your sweet vermouth, and then an incredible array of the almost brown sugaryness of the Jamaican rum, and then the funkiness, that fruit, that off flavor that people always call funk in a Jamaican rum. That is the trail end. So it ends up being a sweeter aftertaste with a bitter flavor in your mouth at the same time. So it's this wonderful combo, which is why people say this is just one of the best Negronis, is because it truly has the same recipe as a regular Negroni, but instead of just being like, oh, it's bitter and then it's dry, it's bitter, it's sweet, it has these notes in between, it has a unique flavor that adds on to it afterwards. The aftertaste is just different. You can still get a little bit of that fruitier herbalness from your vermouth. It's just all around wonderful. Oh, and by the way, you have this whole frickin' orange wheel in here. And you could do an orange twist if you wanted to, but an orange wheel just feels about right. Kind of adds a little touch of something to it. Okay. Over 9,000. We got this. I can feel it. I can feel it right here. Oh, no! Glass too heavy. Falling down. No! I'm so weak. I can only lift up this hydrate. Feels bad, man. Benny Franklin. A good old 100. Rough. Absolutely rough. Yeah. It happens, right? We can't all be Goku. Some of us have to be Krillin. Gotta live with it. You live, you learn, you cry about it. What will be the summer spirit / drink? Maybe it's Johnny Depp in the news, but I predict a rum summer. Around here, we'll do a good blend. You know, we'll mix our menus up with one of everything, but it all depends on really what you're doing with it. Like gin cocktails with floral ingredients are fantastic. You know, even vodka with just a simple list like orange, citrus, stuff like that is really easy to do. Whiskey and stone fruit, whiskey and sugar, whiskey and citrus are all classics as well. Whiskey and mint, another classic. Other things, low ABV cocktails, things that are, instead of having a base spirit, they have a liqueur or an aperitif or even like a vermouth as a base spirit. So low alcohol by volume cocktails. Those are going to be the classics that you see. Aperol Spritz is one of those that people know. The chartreuse mojito thing once a week at least. Oh gosh, a garden party. Oh. That's dangerous. Yes, that is indeed one that might honestly happen more than it needs to. Garden party. Yes. But yeah, rum. People are probably going to be watching more Pirates, so rum should be stronger. The only thing is, a majority of people buy sugar-filled spiced rums instead of buying actual like rum. So most times people are just drinking spiced rum, Coca-Cola, spiced rum, sugar, you know, in some way. So the cocktail of the summer. Ugh. I mean, I feel like it's always margaritas, pina coladas, and mojitos. But that's just because mainstream. As far as other trends go, I feel like a lot of times on social media with like the mixology crew that I see all the posts from, it's going to be fizzes. Fizz is just like everywhere. And everybody just talks about how a fizz is just going to be like this light and fluffy. It's so wonderful. It reminds me of all this stuff like that. I just see it all the time. Different fizz variations everywhere I go nowadays. It just feels like that's probably the next trend of you know, Instagram hashtag cocktails. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Julep season is upon us. Yeah. So we'll be doing a mint julep on Friday next week for sure. Gabe Fox coming in with the Captain Morgan spiced rum flavored liqueur. Kraken black rum flavored liqueur. All the classics. Sailor Jerry spiced rum liqueur. I want to bring back some limoncello summer drinks. Gabe Fox, let's do it. I am so down. Limoncello is fan-frickin-tastic. Trotto limoncello is one drink that I had that was incredible recently. Yeah, I'm all for it. Let's do it. Forget the trends. Limoncello, it's coming to you. It's limoncello season. That's my homemade limoncello. Have you dabbed in weed cocktails, or is that blasphemy? It's not blasphemy. It is totally something that people do. I just don't do it because outside of streaming, my other like career, even though I haven't worked there and like in that business in a long time, is actually federal government for criminal investigations. So it is still federally against the law to consume marijuana in any format or cannabis in any format. So I cannot do that. That, however, does not mean that other people certainly don't, and that there aren't like THC charged alcohols even outside of that. There are 100% a bunch of those things out there. I just haven't done any of them. But there are some. And I know in our Discord, we've actually had some people do that with gin, where they have infused gin with cannabis. But yeah, heard it here first. Let's mark this day. Limoncello Summer. What's going on, Mike? How are you doing? Also going to try making my own this year. I think the Meyer lemons will be great. Yes, Gabe Fox, 100%. It's a really, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, and I think at this point I've done 4 different ways. So I've done, there's the one where you like hang your lemons inside of like an open jar. That one's weird. That's the one that I did from Imbibe. There's the one where you just like extract it like an eau de vie, where you just put your peels right into grain alcohol, and you add your sugar and all that stuff like that. I did the way that we did most recently on stream, which is in the Discord. We actually made 3 berry limoncellos and 1 standard limoncello, and that actually produced a really good one here. When you make a limoncello, you'll see a difference between like a cloudy and a clear. It should be cloudy. There's a whole thing about that being part of the process of making a limoncello. But this one, we also took some recommendations from one of our VIPs, Food Truck King. Yeah, Food Truck King. And he said when his grandma would make limoncello, she would take Meyer lemons and she would soak them in vinegar and water for like a couple of minutes, and then she would peel those and do the same process. Yeah, it's all about the oils from the peels. It's about the oils from the peels, and then also the fruit, the juice. It needs to have that as like a combo, and then it should luge together is the word that they use, and it creates this cloudy liqueur that tastes fantastic. Back with the Kingston Negroni. Let's go, Strike. What Jamaican rum did you use? If you had a Smith & Cross, fantastic. If you had something else, let me know what it was. Berries, lemon, and mint sounds yummy to me. Oh. Yeah, we could do like a muddled berry limoncello julep. Might be pretty interesting. Could be good. Could be bad. The berries would have to be tart enough to hold up against the mint. Yeah. Please, yes. We can do that for sure. It won't happen in like the next week or so, because it's still it still feels like winter here. I think right now it's like 40 degrees outside. But we could definitely get to that and do some warm berry cocktails. One of my favorites, berry minted berry. We actually did it twice over the last 7 or 8 months because it was so good. It's called an Avua Davida is the name. AVUA space DE space VIDA. And that drink is so good. Oh my gosh. It's muddled berries, raspberry and blackberries, cachaça, lemon juice, simple syrup, something else. I can't remember what the other ingredient was. And then also served with fresh berries. It's so good. I don't have enough points with the cocktail thing, but if I get them, I will hit that button. You don't need to. I will do that on my own. That sounds fantastic. So, a limoncello cocktail with fresh berries and mint as a garnish sounds wonderful. I wonder if it would if it would work in a spin on an Italian soda, you know, soda water, cream, and syrup. Okay. It's almost like you're taking... It's like halfway between a cream and a syrup, so it's almost like you're taking a little bit of that. I'm trying to think of how you would play it off. I feel like you would have to create something that has enough of a sharp component to it to counteract the fact that it's so sweet. Because the lemon is prevalent, obviously. It's a limoncello, but you need to have something that almost like expresses that same note on there in order to have the effect on a mixed cocktail of that sort. And if you're drying it out with something that's like a soda, just like a straight up soda water, you need to have something that almost creates a bite to it, like yeah, something tart like that for sure. Something just to counteract it a little bit. And I think that, hey, Berry Minty Berry, thank you so much for that tier 1 sub. Welcome in, cheers. Welcome to the subscriber gang. Welcome to the regulars. Appreciate you. But yeah, something that just adds that little bit of something, you know? I think that's what you would need in order to elevate it. Okay. Sorry, we got a message here from Strike. Let me catch up really quick. Like 70s, 80s, and Nash. Oh my gosh. I finally made the drink I've been wanting to make, Dr. Pepper and whiskey. A classic around here. We call that a dark shadow. It sounds like Goda Davide. You're not old enough to know that song. I have no idea what that is now. Yeah, you're right. It's very good. I do taste the rum. Instead of a whiskey, I did switch out the Jamaican rum for a Mount Gay Barbados Black Barrel rum. Okay. I thought the Mount Gay was a better choice instead of an Agricole. It was my closest choice, I thought, for what I have. I do like it. Yeah, I agree. I would rather you go with the Mount Gay Black Barrel over an Agricole. I think an Agricole would probably play too much into the dryness of a classic Negroni, and at that point, you're just wasting a little bit of Agricole. I think you've done a good job replacing a very strong profiled Navy strength Jamaican rum. So I think you did a good job. It's not the same. It's not a Kingston Negroni. It's a different style Negroni for sure, based off of a Kingston, but it's close. It's close, and I appreciate that you went for it. The tart berries you talk about, like raspberry baby, yeah. And there's that Berry Minty Berry. Appreciate you. Been staring at the screen, didn't realize I hadn't subbed yet. Sorry. Oh, never need to apologize. Mickey, what's going on? Shout out to Mickey M, one of our awesome friends around here. How are you doing tonight? Happy Friday. Dr. Pepper and whiskey. Be right back. See? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Mike. See, that's a classic. That's a classic. Gata Vida by Iron Butterfly. I don't know what that is. Thank you for that shout out to Mickey. Appreciate you. Oh, ooh. Yeah, Kingston, wonderful. Rum Negroni, wonderful. You just got done playing some Jackbox games. Let's go. How do you like playing Jackbox games on stream? Do you feel like it ever gets a little bit like you're the one that has to like set the tone, I guess? Or do you feel like the community knows? Oh, you answered me before? Lol. No. One of the mods here, Dark Shadow, which I feel like you know Dark Shadow, drinks Dr. Pepper and whiskey every time. Forgot about my beer. Yeah, drink that first. Gotcha, Berry. Okay, so around here, whenever somebody subs, they get added to our giveaway for the month. Prune and whiskey, yeah. Dr. Pepper is A prune-heavy ingredient, indeed. So we give away a bottle of bitters, homemade, and a sticker at the end of every month. So the month of April will be drawn on Monday. And we're actually just finishing up some of our bitters here. These have actually cooled. Close that. Here is our peach. I could combine these now. Y'all want to see what happens when you combine water with alcohol? It turns real cloudy. Combine! I got you. I like stickers from my network cabinet. Yes, let's go. Yeah, so we give away one of each. One of each. And everybody that subscribes, gifts a sub, donates $5, cheers 500 bits, or any like level of those things. Like if you cheer 1,000, you get 2. If you gift 3 subs, you get 3. That type of thing. And then anybody that claims first, the winner of the biggest fan channel point redemption, and then anybody that finds one of our hidden objects, they've all been found for tonight. So any of those things get you free entries, and then the bit subs and donations get you paid entries, I guess. But yeah, there are a couple of different ways. Okay. Let's put it over here. Cam 4. Peach bitters, right? The solids from the peach bitters with water and some sugar, right? Hold my Pectinex. Mark knows. Mark knows. I kept debating on opening VR chat. Oh gosh, what does that mean? Ready? Is that bacon grease? No, this is peach bitters. Which actually is not too cloudy. That's not bad. We did a good job of keeping that separate there. I don't know if it's just something about peaches, but the amount of pectin in peaches just feels a little bit lower. Typically you get something like really cloudy and gross. It almost looks a little bit like this, right? This is key lime. Look at the difference in the clarity between key lime at the same angle as peach. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of light coming through on the bottom there on the peach. There is nothing coming through on this key lime. And that's pretty fantastic right there. As far as clarity goes, I mean, you can see. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's gonna be May. Sunshine in the glass. Yeah. We're gonna let this set for at least the weekend, so that we can bottle it by Monday and see what's going on. As far as these key lime ones go, here was another straining of them. Cam 4. So you can see that's what was caught on this coffee filter. Not a lot. There's not a lot of sediment going on here. I don't know what I need to do to get this one to settle more. We put the Pectinex in here, and it was okay. You know, it pulled out a lot. After we strained out the Pectinex parts, it still had some cloudiness going on, and it settled differently. So if you had seen it the first time, it settled towards the top. This last time, on the strain that removed all of this, it actually settled on the bottom. And that was more of like our actual sediment over the course of the weekend. So to see it produce the way it has, interesting. Not sure exactly what my next steps are going to be. We'll bottle. See what happens. It's gonna be May. So these are key lime bitters. Guess we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright. Drink number 3 off. Okay. Is it time for an Amaro Sour? So, a classic sour recipe. Egg included. Dry shake. All of the goodies. Or is it time for the bitter stripper? Which one do you think, chat? Which one do you feel? Also, with us going into the month of May, you can't tell from it's going to be May. Stripper. Somebody come get Thistlenote. They're dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get her. She's dancing like a stripper. I feel ya. It's going to be a good one. Should be fantastic. I still have my Kingston Negroni. I'm still finishing it off, too. But that's okay. Not too far from the truth. I have to convince my other half, as she's legitimately passed out on the couch, that life as a stripper wouldn't be as fun as she thinks it's going to be. She's like, I could be a stripper. They make so much money. And I'm like, I don't think you realize... I don't think you understand. You get sour after a bad stripper, so stripper then sour. Barry Minty Berry has figured out a logical reason for us to follow a specific path on our cocktails, and I appreciate that, and we will follow that to a T. So we will make a bitter stripper next. I don't think you want to be a stripper. Let me just say, no, she wouldn't like it. I'm sitting here with the bottle of Mount Gay Black Barrel in front of me. Strike. Sometimes it just be like that. Sometimes the next drink isn't the drink you want. Sometimes you just want whatever's in front of you. In the meantime. And 4. Damn it. I was trying to catch her. She was sleeping upside down with her head into the wall. But right as I walked over, she woke up. Yeah, you. It's gonna be May. Legitimately, she was sleeping on her back, straight up and down. She had all 4 of her feet up in the air, and her face was pressed up against the wall, like. And I was like, "That's a perfect time. That's a perfect time." As soon as I walk over, "Oh yeah, you thought you were gonna get me? You thought you had me? You thought you had me? You didn't have yourself. You didn't have your car." What do you use to go to your phone cam? It's called OBS, or Droid Cam OBS. Exclamation point phone. It's actually $5. It's an app that costs about $5. In order to remove all of like the watercolors, the little things that like have little advertisements in the corner. So $5 and you get a clean picture. You can use your front and back camera. You can zoom in. You can do all the goodies. The free app has a little watercolor in the corner. You can't zoom in. You can't change cameras. Stuff like that. Yeah, but exclamation point phone should give you all the details. Kat sent the camera at once. She knew. No, it's one time. It's a one-time purchase. And then I just have that as a source in my OBS. So it's as simple as that. And it's another one of those things that I'm happy to help anybody set up if they ever want to. All you have to do is ask me. So from OBS straight to my cell phone, I just use my camera. And that's how I take pictures of my drinks. That's how I show you the kitty cat, which is, she's now just like legitimately staring at me like. So, all of that. Would have been a great clip shot for responsible drinking. Facing the wall would have been beautiful. It's a nice sight there. That's true. Not too shit. Alright, we have a little bit of this, we have a couple of drops. A couple of drops of this key lime bitters that have just rested into this glass. Cam 2. As you can see, a little pile up there. It's gonna be May. Do a little bit of club soda. Just a splash. Curious. How does this taste? Cam 2. A great way to try out bitters. You can see it's a little cloudy. That's the bitters. Right? My hand is not clear at all. That's the bitters. It's gonna be May. It's funny. I have tasted them 10 times probably already because this process has just been so arduous trying to get them to be clear. It's not working out very well. But I've never tasted them extended through some club soda in a way that allows them to be the flavor rather than just an expression of bitterness on your palate. Reminiscent of like a lemon drop without the sweetness. It almost has like the sharpness of something like that. Another good example would be, it tastes like a dry daiquiri, just with a little bit of club soda in there on top of the bitters. I can tell that there are lots of different components of lime inside of those ingredients.
But I also feel like those components of lime are a little different. They're a little less tart and a little more sweet. The way that the bitters turned out without having any direct juice in them was actually a little bit more of like a little more adjacent to like lime cordial than it is to like fresh lime juice. So it has that bit of sweetness that doesn't really like catch on with fresh lime juice. It's not like aggressive. I don't know. Those bitters are going to be hard to use. I understand why they would be nice. I just feel like I'll have to use them with tequila every single time. Tequila or in like daiquiri variants. That's the only place I can feel this is going to be relevant. And that sucks. For somebody like me who likes to have a little bit more, I can pick and choose what I want it to be. If I want to have an old fashioned with some key lime bitters, I can do it. It just feels like the key lime bitters won't really fit in with an old fashioned unless it's going to be a tequila old fashioned, which at that point I would probably choose something different anyway, because I don't need to add more citrus into something I'm going to add citrus twists into. Old fashions almost exclusively have a citrus twist. The only time you don't see a citrus twist is when you're muddling a citrus fruit with an old fashioned. So it just feels like it has less use, which I'm kind of weirded out by. I don't know. But I'm only experiencing that with the club soda variant of it compared to the actual bitters. Because the actual bitters, you can actually taste more of the bitterness. When it's extended, it feels a little boring, I guess is what I'm getting at. When it's extended, it's boring. Kind of disappointed. I feel as if I'm disappointed because I spent $5 on key limes. That's honestly my main disappointment. It feels like I spent $5 on key limes to make some bitters and a couple of cocktails, and it wasn't worth it. I don't taste that great. I enjoy my own personal recipe for a lime and coriander seed bitter more than I like that key lime in the moment. Honestly. But that's okay. Ooh. Okay. Drink number 6 on. Drink number 6 on. Go. So for this one. This one. We were talking about it earlier. Yes, it has Sue's. Instead of Sailors, instead of using Cointreau, I'm using Triple Sec. What else? That's it. Yeah, instead of using Cointreau, I'm using Triple Sec. And instead of using Sailors, I'm using Sue's. That's it. Glad we covered that. Yeah. We put our orange twist in the fridge. See how it would hold up. It's fine. Our Blanc Vermouth or Bianco. Strike, only you had the bitter stripper. I have not made one tonight. I was making the Brave. I think, when you made the Bitter Stripper. Oh, I'm special. Yeah. Yeah, you were the only one. So, we're still going to make it too. All right, let me grab the glass for it. Yeah, when you were talking about it, you even threw me off. I was like, wait a second. I started talking about two different drinks at the same time, and I was thrown off by the fact that you were actually making this drink instead of the drink that we were making. So on. Okay, Bianco instead of Blanc. So on there it says Blanc. We're gonna go ahead and make the Bitter Stripper now. This drink has 1 1/3 ounces of Plymouth gin. Plymouth is a citrus-forward style of gin, and it has 1/2 ounce of Blanc or Bianco, is what we're actually using, Italian. 1/2 ounce of Cointreau or triple sec is what we're going to use, and then 1/3 ounce of Suze, which is the gentian liqueur, bitter liqueur, and an orange twist, served in a martini glass as such. There we go. Mike, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you. We'll pour one out for you. Here we go. Oh, pour you that. Let me go into the right side of my jigger here. 1/2 ounce of Bianco. 1/2 ounce of the triple sec. Third of an ounce of the Suze. And 1 ounce and 1/3 of Plymouth. If you were looking to buy this mixing glass, this one I'm using right now, exclamation point gear will take you to barproducts.com. Barproducts.com has this listed for about $9, which is fan-frickin-tastic for mixing glass. This is a footed mixing glass too, so it's even fancier. And I can tell you right now, most mixing glasses on Amazon will run you about $20. So this is a damn good price. I don't have a coupon code for you, but whatever you pay, just know that I get 5% of. So while you are buying your own home bar equipment, you're also helping me out. It's always cool. There's much more than just mixing glasses. There's also shakers. There's tiki mugs. Standard cocktail equipment. Bar spoons. Jiggers. Hawthorne and julep strainer. All those goodies. And give that a nice stir. Bot Dolphin. And you can see, move that more into the center. So again, bar spoon, back wall, stirring around. What is up, my dude? I may or may not have been drinking to a degree that's borderline excessive. Not a clue what's going on, my man. Drink some water. Drink some water. Eat some food. If you ever want to counteract that I might have had too much feeling, drink some water, eat some food. Drink some water, eat some food. Stay awake. Stay awake, drink some water, eat some food. Nothing that will help you better in the future than drinking some water and eating some food. I do it every single time I stream. Because truly, making cocktails on stream for 4.5, 5 hours, just tough business as it is. I'm cooking. Uh-oh. What are you cooking? The best idea. Yep. An orange twist. This is the one that we actually saved. Oh, beautiful. We love seeing those oils absolutely just splash off the top of the surface of the cocktail. That's how you know it's working. We saved that from earlier. Marked by a skirt, what's going on? Welcome in. Beer's done. Time for Dr. Pepper. Let's go. Alright, simple as it goes. There you have the bitter stripper. We're going to do a different picture of this one. One of these.